Woo! Hello, Eagle Nation. This is your boy. Need no introduction. I'm trying to find ways to say what I want to say without upsetting the fan base of Eagles Nation worldwide. This game kind of put a lot of things in question as far as offense concerned because Nick Foles didn't have a good night against the Oakland Raiders. And 19 of 38, 163 yards, touchdown, one pick. Now, when you get to adding up denominations like that, 19 plus 19, 38. And the 19 that he did complete weren't long balls. They were more like dink and dunks here and there. Now, the other 19 that was missed between the 19 and 38, they were mostly on first and third down plays. Fumbles, incomplete passes, and sacks in the backfield on pass attempts. Those are the 19 that's missing of the other 19 to make it 38. Be sure I get that right. But overall, seems to be that we still having issues along the offensive line. Now, you only can hold a defensive lineman for so long. We still seem to have issues on the left side of our offense because teams are bringing rushes from that end. And Lane Johnson has been doing the best he can on Khalil Mack. But Khalil Mack has still been able to cause pressure on that side of the field on stunt plays. And the Raiders did a lot of stunt plays, and that completely confused the offensive line because when you don't have your Jason Peters and your Steve Wazinski as your guard, that's where your weakness occur. Now everybody know that the strongest part of the offensive line of the Eagles is Lane Johnson and the other offensive guy next to him, the other offensive guard, and Jason Kelsey. That's your three strong right. But your other two left is an issue because teams are bringing rushers on that side, like I said before. And defense played lights out. They were able to get fumbles and interceptions. The only thing they weren't able to get was sacks on Derek Carr because they were doing a bunch of read option plays, a lot of dink and dunks here, and they also completed one long ball that was 63 yards touchdown to Cooper, and that was on a slant route. Now, we still have an issue with the slant routes, apparently, because Mills seems to be a victim of that. He's the last few games against the Raiders, against the Rams, the Giants, and now the Raiders game. Teams have ran the slant route on Mills. And number 41, Darby, has been also a victim of long balls. Teams have been throwing the ball left and right on that side of the field, of those two weak points. So, I'm not quite sure what needs to be done because it getting to the point where I'm tired of seeing these same play after play that teams are putting on us. When you can't guard against the pass, you can't do very good well against the run. Now, Marshawn Lynch had 95 yards rushing on 20-some attempts. And he didn't get a touchdown, that's for sure. So the Eagles still pretty good there. But the long balls and the runs on the left side of the field seem to be an issue. We got to get those fixed. And I was listening to what some of the commentators were saying about resting players, and I agree with them. They don't need to rest nobody until they get their shit correct. And Nick Foles need to start communicating better with the receivers where he can get the balls out on a timely manner, because he had balls slapped back into his face. He have had bull rushes up the middle in his face. And most importantly, teams have been able to get around the edges to get to him. And when you can't do your part right, there's going to be a malfunction somewhere along the way. And I've seen too many malfunctions today on this team, from the Rams, the Giants, and now the Raiders. And now, our next and final game is a home game against the Cowboys. Now, everybody knows the Cowboys' forte. They like to run the football with Ezekiel Elliott. And they do a bunch of read option plays. And now you got Dez Bryant, or should I say Dez crying, licking his chops because he know that Mills is going to bite the slant routes. He know this now. And I expect to see some more slant routes against Jalen Mills. And I expect to see Darby bite on these plays as well. I expect to see that going forward, because if you can't fix an issue, why put the same players that committing the same penalties on the field? Why? Because our defensive front four has saved the day once again. You can't get too many opportunities than that. You had many opportunities to capitalize on these fumble plays, and you weren't able to get no touchdowns. That's an issue there. And some people are saying Nick Foles looked scared back there. Well, when you're running for your life against the left side of the defensive side of the football field, you're going to be scared. So, I'm going to end this on a high note. I got faith in the Philadelphia Eagles. 37 years, one team, one club, one organization. It's not going to change. But pieces need to be fixed right away. Because the Dallas game, they are one of the better front four we're about to face come next Sunday. And they one of the better passing games and running games going forward. So players do not need to rest. I hope the coach keeps all his players on the field. Do not rest no one. Do not rest no one. They all need to play. And that starts from the quarterback to the offensive lines, to your front fours, your linebackers, your safeties, your cornerbacks, your wide receivers, your running backs, and your offensive line. Need to be better communication going forward, because if not, this is a game we're going to lose, and we won't make it very far in the playoffs. So with that being said, I do not want to see any more premonitions, because the way it's looking, we're going to fail in the playoffs. And I don't want to see no failure, because we are predicted to go further into the playoffs. And that's what I want to see. We got home field advantage throughout the playoffs, 13-2. But if things don't change next Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys, we won't get very far. This is your boy. Sign off. One love.